It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Monday, the 7th of July. This is James Spann. Some pretty routine summer weather coming up for Alabama this week, meaning it's going to be hot and humid, and each day we'll have random scattered showers and storms around. Let's go to the upper air look, and again, typically these maps tell a better story this time of the year. That's a pretty classic summer look. The mid-latitude westerly winds aloft are far to the north, near the Canadian border. We have a weak upper low that's over the Gulf, not a surface low, an upper low, and an upper low that's just west of San Francisco. Early this morning, we got a cluster of thunderstorms south of Panama City Beach, gradually moving north. Alabama rain-free. Temperatures are mostly in the 70s. Got a couple of upper 60s over North Alabama. Highs today, low to mid-90s, much like the weather we experienced over the weekend. There's the watch warning map. Got a couple of flash flood watches for parts of Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey. That's for the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Chantal that moved inland over the weekend. Again, the hill country of Texas got a flash flood watch this morning. And some heat advisories back in the southwest U.S. as they are under an upper high there. Got a level 3 out of 5 risk of severe storms today for parts of Nebraska. The broader risk running from the Texas Panhandle and northeast New Mexico up to Minnesota and North Dakota. Also a marginal risk for parts of the northeast U.S. Tomorrow, marginal risks over the southern plains into the Mississippi Valley, and another one from the Carolinas up to near New York City. And on day 3, which is Wednesday, marginal risk for parts of the Carolinas and Virginia, Maryland, and for parts of Nebraska and the Dakotas. Rain for the next 7 days, valid through Monday morning of next week, about 1 inch. And understand this is an average with these random scattered storms. Any day, some spots might see 2 inches. Some spots getting nothing. That's just kind of an average for the next 7 days. And the tropics are just quiet. Again, over the weekend, we had a short-lived tropical storm, Chantal, that came into South Carolina. It's dissipating this morning near the North Carolina-Virginia border. But look at that, all the way across the Gulf, Caribbean, MDR, main development region, just nothing. No tropical storms, no hurricanes, at least for the next 7 days. So model fans, here we go, GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid at 4 o'clock today. And again, there's a little weakness in the ridge here. And we'll see isolated storms this afternoon. This is the high-resolution HRRR. And not showing much. Storm should be pretty isolated, like we saw yesterday. Highs, again, low to mid-90s. This is tomorrow. Probably the same thing, but I think we'll start to see an increase in the number of scattered showers and storms. This is the high-res HRRR, valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. As the air aloft a little colder, the air a little more unstable. And that's going to be the theme for the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just old summer weather. Hot, humid, random, scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms. And for the weekend, it's just no change. This is Saturday and this is Sunday. Partly sunny, highs around 90. Scattered showers and storms, most active between about 1 and 10 p.m. And the chance of any one spot getting a storm after today will be up in the 30 to 40% bracket. Maybe a smidgen higher by Thursday and Friday. This is a week from today, Monday, July 14th. Same thing, got a flat ridge, and it's the same forecast. Partly sunny, the chance of an afternoon storm. Let's keep going. 10 days out, Wednesday of next week, July 16th. And again, classic summer look. Your jet stream, the mid-latitude westerlies up near the Canadian border. Got a flat ridge down here. And again, we'll deal with hot, muggy conditions with scattered showers and storms. I promise the maps are all different. They just look the same. And again, it's that time of the year where things just don't change much. Typically, what can break a routine summer pattern would be a tropical system. And again, there's no evidence of anything like that, at least for the next 10 days. Even the GFS not putting down one of its bogus tropical systems here. Rain for the next 15 days coming off the European. The mean is the green line on that chart. You can see it's up there between 1.5 and 2 inches. Between now and the 24th of July. Temperatures about where they ought to be for this time of the year. Most days, low 90s, maybe upper 80s Thursday and Friday, with a little increase in the number of scattered showers and storms. And the latest long-range guidance, July 14th through July 20th. Temperatures could be a little above average. So, we're going to talk about this on Weather Brains tonight, this horrific thing that happened in Texas along the Guadalupe River. This is a radar loop after midnight Thursday night into early Friday morning, showing that nearly stationary cluster of storms. And again, I wrote a piece on social media. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here today. But the bottom line is about a foot of rain came down. And that created this incredible rise, which has happened before. You study 1987, 1978. These things have happened on that river. And a lot of things we just don't know in terms of, did they get the warning? How do they get warnings there? Their plan. Now's not the time for that. Now is not the time for that. All we're trying to do now is just piece back the meteorological side of this thing. That's one of the flash flood warnings issue. This was the second one. The first one came around 1 a.m. This was issued at 5:34 a.m. That Friday morning, and this is when it was bumped to a flash flood emergency. But again, our friends at the Weather Service in San Antonio, Austin, did a really, really good job with this. A flash flood watch was issued the day before. First warning about 1 a.m., the second emergency about 5:30 a.m. They had extra staff. And again, Troy Kimmel, one of our Weather Brains colleagues, Troy is in Austin. That's where he's been based for years. And he really knows a lot about this, much more than me in terms of the social science side of this. How do they get warnings? But again, it just stresses the urgency that everybody has a weather radio. And again, if you watch these videos, you have one. But you just remind your friends that every home, business, any place like this with high occupancy rates, that's the baseline of getting warnings. Never a phone. Cell service, obviously, in this area is very spotty. But what a horrible tragedy. But again, watch Weather Brains tonight. We've canceled the regular guest, and we're just going to dedicate the show to talking about this. And, of course, on Weather Brains, one of our regulars is Dr. Kim Cloko-McLean, a social scientist, meteorologist, and she's good. We'll hear her assessment, and obviously Troy will know more than anybody. Got John Gordon. John is a just retired meteorologist in charge of the Weather Service. He was up in Louisville, but John is deeply connected within the Weather Service structure. I don't believe Neil Jacobs can make it. Neil is going to be the administrator of NOAA. Of course, Neil's been a regular on the show for a long time, but obviously with his confirmation hearing, I think this week he can't make it. But whatever. 7 o'clock Central, youtube.com/weatherbrains. And the audio podcast will be out early tomorrow morning. But I thought I'd go back and pick some of the better 4th of July images across the state. You know, people are just amazing in terms of photography. I received just thousands of images, and some of these were just really good. I mean, people are just so good, but thanks to everybody who took the time to send these to me over the weekend. We had great joy in looking at them. Of course, we can't post them all and share them all, but weather was just great for the 4th of July weekend and the fireworks shows. Last night was good. That's down at Lake Martin. Got a pretty good case of severe clear. Gulf Coast looking good. And we're so thankful the weather around here was nice and quiet. Folks on the beach and up this way certainly enjoyed a very nice sunset. So what's going on this week? Tomorrow going to be up in Sheffield, the Shoals, Sheffield Public Library. This is going to be a program that starts at 10 o'clock. So if you're in the Shoals, come see us 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Wednesday going to be in Oxford at the Oxford Public Library. That program begins at 9. Friday, going to do a program for Big Brothers, Big Sisters in Birmingham, and then we have a book signing on Saturday. Haven't done one of those in a while. We're going to be down in Washington County at Chatham, Southwest Alabama, and that'll start at 10. We'll have details on the social platforms later today. And again, Weather Brains tonight at 7, youtube.com/weatherbrains. And of course, as always, we invite you to watch us on the TV side, ABC 3340 News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.